For everybody watching at home, I'm Sara Marshall with musketfire.com. And today's very special guest is going to be an exciting one for all of you diehard Patriots fans, me included. He's here to talk about his new partnership with Cox Communications to share his passion for literacy and digital equity, which is especially important during the back to school season. And he's going to tell us all about his new children's book, A World Within Reach. He is none other than Super Bowl champion Malcolm Mitchell. Good morning, Malcolm. How are you?
Good morning, Sara. Man, that was a great introduction. Thank you.
I could have gone way more over the top too. You don't even know. I had to reel myself in. So I'm glad you liked what I said. So, because you are such a favorite among Patriots fans, I have to ask you because there have been so
Oh, I
many
appreciate it.
changes
Yeah.
with the Patriots team this offseason. How do you think they're going to fare in the Jerod Mayo era? So that's quite a change.
I am loyal at heart. So my optimism will lead me to say they will find their way. It's an
Mhm.
organization with a plethora of tradition. They have a winning culture. They have winning expectations. So whatever changes they make, I will believe it's in the best interest that being who the Patriots are, and that's winners. You're a fan and I'm a fan too. So we'll be watching and paying attention.
I appreciate the optimism because there's not a lot right
Yeah.
now. So I'll join that party with you because I'm excited. Is there a player that you are particularly excited to watch this season? Because there's a lot of exciting rookies, but they have a
Mhm.
very dominant defense as well. So I was curious if there's anybody that you might be paying extra attention to.
So when I was drafted, there was somebody who was a part of that draft class, and his name was Jacoby Brissett. Does the name ring
Mhm.
a bell?
Yes, of course.
And while I was there, my rookie season, Jacoby was there, but shortly after he went to play for the Colts, I believe.
Mhm.
And I'm just happy to see him back in a Patriots uniform and wishing him the best of luck.
I'm excited too. I think he's a great locker room guy, and I always loved the Wolf Pack, as Tom Brady referred to the quarterback
Yes.
room at that time. So
Can you can
having
you name can you name all the quarterbacks a part of that group?
Jimmy Garoppolo, Tom Brady, Jacoby Brissett. Is there another one?
Pretty simple, isn't it? I mean, you're impressing me right now. I'm about to start
Oh,
asking trivia.
oh no. I'm like, don't put me on the spot. That would make me a little bit nervous. But I also have to ask you, as a Georgia alum, how about them Bulldogs?
I mean, dogs on top.
Yeah.
I'm just proud of them. I
Yeah.
just like to walk around and brag about all the teams that are doing so well, and I not have to get hit in order
Yeah.
to be a part of those. You know what I mean?
And you're very lucky to be a fan
All the
of some.
rewards, all the rewards, none of the risk.
Yes, and you have great teams to root for because the Patriots are winners too. Hopefully, we'll get back there. Fingers crossed.
That's right.
So, so speaking of the Patriots, I want to go back to where things started for you because you were already working on the Share the Magic Foundation when the Patriots drafted you in
That's right.
2016, and you had already published The Magician's Hat a year before. So, can you tell us a little bit about your foundation and what led to your passion for children's literacy?
So I grew up believing that the only way for me to have a valuable life was to play sports. I got to college and I realized I was incorrect. But I realized that the most empowering tool we could possess was the ability to read. So I started reading in hopes to maximize my potential, not just as an athlete, but as a human being. And it helped me so much. It inspired me to want to share the magic of reading with others. So I created Share the Magic Foundation and I started writing picture books, hoping to inspire students to read because it had such a profound impact on the way I perceived my life.
And I think something that maybe, I don't know, maybe isn't said to you enough. I think that it's so admirable, all of the work that you've been doing, and that you're so vulnerable and letting, things, your struggles out there. I think it's really incredible. So I have to make sure I say that to you. So
Appreciate that.
your new partnership with Cox Communications brought us your newest children's book, A World Within Reach, which is a story about main character Milo. So what brought you to partner with Cox, and how are you together promoting digital literacy and access?
In 2021, I had this opportunity to become a Cox Digital Equity Ambassador. And what that did for me was it put me in an environment where I could learn more about digital equity, learn more about the digital divide, learn more about digital literacy. It gave me a firsthand experience on the same thing that I witnessed when I became a reader. Some students have access to books, some students do not have access to books. Some students have access to the internet. Some students do not have access to the internet and understand the consequences for the outcome in which you do not have access. So from that point on, I've been traveling out to the different communities, talking about the importance of digital equity, exposing individuals to the resources that Cox offers. But about a year ago, this idea of really bringing our two worlds together, my love for literacy and my newfound understanding of digital equity, into what we have now, which is a book called A World Within Reach.
Can you tell us a little bit about Milo and what you were trying to get across in your book?
Yes, so Milo Maxi is this really cool kid who loves to learn. And it takes place in a library, and Milo reads as many books as he can possibly get his hands on, trying to learn, dive into new worlds, and empower himself to be the best that he can be. He immediately faces a challenge after he's read all of the books in the library. He thinks to himself, well, what now? Where do I go? How do I learn more? Thankfully, he stumbles upon a pair of goggles. And with the help of a librarian, he places these goggles on. And he is really transformed into new spaces, new worlds, new adventures, and he discovers new communities. The book is about celebrating the power of connectivity and helping everyone understand that with connectivity, the world is truly within reach. So the desire is, again, to make sure that kids understand all that the world has to offer and the resources that can help them take advantage of all of those opportunities.
And where can we learn more about A World Within Reach?
You can learn more about A World Within Reach by going to cox.com/read. There you'll also find more information on how Cox is supporting communities and making sure that digital equity exists for multiple communities.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today,
Yeah, thank
Malcolm.
you.
And I wish you luck with everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And I must say, go Pats.